Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here today, welcome. My name is Dominique. Today I've got an organisation video for you all. I started filming this video back in December on the school holidays, on the Christmas holidays, and I started changing the linen cupboard back then. And also, not long after that, I also changed the pantry around, which was our main stockpile pantry. I've got many videos in the past on how I organise the main stockpile pantry and things like that. But in this video today, I'm just basically changing things around to make it more functional for our family. Over the months, I've found that we haven't needed a huge stockpile pantry. I think at first I rushed out, as everyone else did, and just started stockpiling things and items that I really didn't need. But at first I thought I needed them, but now I'm aware that those items we don't really eat. So and now with the prices going up, it's a lot different now. I think so when we were all stockpiling before, prices weren't as expensive, but now that everything's gone up, it's hard enough just to maintain the budget for the weekly groceries as it is, without having to think about stockpile items as well. So now I've sort of just downsized our pantry and downsized the items that we need. You'll see that throughout the video. Just things like, you know, soups and sugars and all that sort of things. Just the necessities is what I really want to stay with, and just make it simple and easy to find and easy to afford as well. And especially when specials come out, that's what I really want to focus on, is just stockpiling items when there's big specials, because I think that's what we're all waiting for now, is specials coming up, because we don't get as many specials as what we used to. But I really do hope you enjoy today's video. It's a bit of a video that's here and there and all over the place. Like I said, a couple of months ago I started it. Then a few weeks ago I picked up the camera again and just filmed the things that I've needed changing that I wasn't happy with. So I really do hope you enjoyed today's video, and I can't wait to speak to you all in the comments. Thanks everyone. So I'm going to start off here in this linen cupboard. In my videos in the past, about a year or so ago, I used to use this cupboard for toys, and after using it for a while now as a linen cupboard, I'm thinking now it's probably better off for toys. As you can see, it's just a mess. And so it's just the big doonas, and I've got a king size bed as well, so the sheets are huge for the bed. There's just not enough room in here. At first it was okay when it was neatly folded, but sometimes when you just can't be bothered neatly folding things and jamming them in like I have, it makes it very cluttered, and especially in a small space. So it's really driving me crazy now, and I keep on ramming more things in there and shutting the cupboard, but it's time now to get into it. I want to go through the sheets and see the ones I don't need anymore. I never throw sheets out, because you can always use them as bandages. If you've got, you know, floods in the house, or you've got wet weather and you don't have a dryer, you've always got spare sheets. They always come in handy. You can always use them as, like, for painting, like a drop sheet. I always keep good cotton sheets, and if I don't have room in the house for them, I put them out in the shed in a cupboard. But it's the same with pillowcases. With pillowcases, I do have lots of pillowcases. I give them to my husband for rags, or I'll use them as rags. But for some reason we've got plenty and plenty of pillowcases, because they're pure cotton as well, and I just can't part with pure cotton. I have got lots of Actyl sheets, like ones that my mum has given me, like the original ones from you know, years ago, when they were thick, really thick, good cotton sheets. So I can't part with them either. Pure cotton. I very rarely buy polyester, but if there is polyester in the cupboard that I don't want anymore, I will part with that, or I'll donate it. I do have second-hand shops around where I live, so I'll, you know, give them second-hand pillowcases, or even big doona covers that I don't need anymore. But definitely I keep the sheets. So I'm just folding up all the sheets now and seeing the ones that I don't need, and which ones I can give my husband as rags, or I can put outside in the shed as spares for wet weather or whatever. And I've got plenty of pillowcases, so I probably am going to divide and declutter some of these. So I've got the boring task ahead of me now of pulling everything out of this cupboard and folding it up, and then I will show you where its new home is going to be.
Live your life within the moment. So let us dance this night away. Oh, the dance. Move to the groove and the light that flickers. We get lost in the crowd, it's getting thicker. We get away from the drinks and chatter. Haven't said a word, but it doesn't matter. Feel the air getting there. Standing in a blurry dream. No one else can see us. Live your life within the moment. And don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over. All that I know is we'll get older. So let us dance this night away.
So this is my pantry at the moment. I'm going to move this now into the main pantry because I really need this room now for my linen cupboard. I've just got no room in the linen cupboard that I'm using. Unfortunately, this was a good stockpile pantry, but I don't feel like I need the stockpile as much as what I used to, and there's a lot of things here that I wouldn't be repurchasing because we don't really eat everything that's in here. So I'm going to try and go through everything and limit it all down, but I'm going to try and manage just using our main family pantry as our storage pantry from now on and see how we go. This is going to be back to the linen cupboard again, so yeah, so I can have a bit more room in my other cupboard for other things like you know, school books or stationery and things like that, because I really need another cupboard. I still will be using these baskets here. Sorry, that washing machine's on right behind me there, so that's the noise you can hear. But I'm going to be still using these baskets and yeah, to store the jars in and things like that. But I'm just going to see how I can go and fit in as much as I can. And yeah, there's a lot here, like cans and things. We do eat a lot of cans, but I'm so sick of soup and things now. I'm not sure about the soup, so I don't know whether I would purchase too many soups again because no one really eats them. There's only a couple of types that we will eat. Canned beans and tomatoes and things like that, yes, definitely. And pasta sauces, coffees and teas and all that sort of thing. Flours obviously are necessities, but there's a lot of other things that I don't really consider as a necessity in there. And I am going to try and limit that down a bit. So I'm going to try and switch everything around and show you what it looks like. So I've taken all the pantry things out of this cupboard now and given it a good clean, so it's going to be ready for me to put all the sheets and blankets in. I won't show myself doing that. I'll just show you what it looks like in a second with it all put in, like now. And yeah, so I've just filled it all up, as you can see, and it just looks a lot better. I do need to put the doors on here, but I've also got fridges in here and another door that opens into the kitchen. So that's why we took the doors off it, because it was actually quite dangerous because you could easily bang into a door. But I'll figure something out here. I'm not sure if I will put the same doors back on, like I said, because they were just so frustrating. And there's just not enough room, especially when I've got like the chest freezer in front of this. But I folded everything up and I've put it into the cupboard, and this is what it was originally like before I put our stockpile pantry in here. The stockpile pantry was great in here, but I really need a space like this in my laundry to put all our sheets and our blankets. I don't put the towels in here because we have a cupboard for the towels in our bathroom, which is really handy. So I've folded up all the pillowcases and I've put them like this just so it's easier for me to find which ones match the doona covers and which ones I want to use. Sometimes I mix and match different colours with our bedspreads and things like that. And I've got tea towels, I'm sorry, not tea towels, I've got tablecloths here and aprons and lots of like king size sheets for our bed. And I do have all our winter blankets and flannelette sheets and things like that in here, just so I know where everything goes, because I don't have a space for it and I don't want to put it in the shed because they can go mouldy or ants get in them. So we do have like 4 different size beds in our house, one of each different size. We've got kings, we've got queen, we've got a double, and we've got a single because we've got bunks. But here are all the different covers, like doona covers, and I've got some winter blankets and spare pillows down the bottom there. I basically, if I get any other doona covers in, I will go and donate one because I definitely do not need any more of these, especially doona covers because they can be frustrating. I find the doona moves around in them all the time, and I really do prefer to get like a bedspread or a blanket. So I've still got these containers that I put labels on a while back. I've got sandwich and snack bags in one. I've got gloves, sponges, garbage bags, etc. And some spare ones here. I'm pretty sure there's shopping bags in the other one, which is all the shopping bags I need. And I also have some in the boot of the car as well. But these were great, but I just don't use a lot of multi-purpose cleaners anymore. I've also got the toilet paper down there, and that's actually still good. That's working really well for me, that setup. But these 5 white containers up here, I don't need them anymore. I find them just a waste, and I don't really use as many multi-purpose cleaners anymore because I use vinegar more or make up my own. So I'm going to end up throughout the video changing all that around, getting rid of the white containers, dividing and decluttering. I'm not going to throw them out because I just reuse them all the time, and they're just such a good color that they can be used in any room. And when it comes to declutter and organisation, it's okay to keep on organising things until you're happy with it. And even sometimes I feel that if I've bought containers for a certain space, and I just should put up with it because I've put so much work in it, and just deal with what I've already got, even if I'm not really content with how it's working or how the functionality of it all. But now I'm thinking, no, it's definitely not working for us as a family. I don't need these white containers here anymore. They were good to trial out, and I know that they're not really for this space anymore. So throughout the video, I'll show you what I'm going to do with this space here. And many months ago, 6 months or more, I purchased these clear dividers from Kmart. I have trialed them in my cupboard and they weren't really successful, but they were just sitting there for so long and I didn't know what to do with them. So I put them in this cupboard here just to sort of divide the pillowcases from the sheets, and it worked really well. So sometimes when I buy things for organisation, it can be very unsuccessful for me, but other times it works really well in my favour. So here is the pantry, and this is from a few months ago. I wanted to trial it out first. So that's our stockpile pantry, and I put everything underneath here just to see how it was going to go, and how how functional it was going to be, if it's going to end up in a mess, and just seeing how much more stockpiling items that I needed and if there was enough space here. So it's just a trial out to basically see if I had enough room for any more items that I wanted to bring into the stockpile pantry. So I have got this container from Kmart here. It's just got bits and pieces in it like pastas and cake mixes and snacks. Over here I've got the flour and sugar. That's basically what's thrown in there. In here, this is a container for cereal, like bits and pieces of cereal that's left over in bags. So I really want to fix that up. Under here, I've just got my flour, and this is the big bag of flour that I normally buy just for my bread machine, and extra coffee and Milo and pastas, and I've got full cream milks and just all the sort of standby things that we need. Okay, and now I'm going to show you a few months later. So this is the mess of it all. It really hasn't been working out for us, or for me in general. I've got cans thrown in there. If I want to buy extra cans, there's not a great deal of room. There's huge containers of cereal. It's just a mess. If I want to find a can, I don't even know where it is in there. And there's bottles of cordial and vinegar and all things unorganized in there, and I end up just spending more money at the shops and buying more things because I can't see what's actually in there. It is a good space, but it's just not good for stockpiling items. If this was the only cupboard that I had, then I would try and make use out of it by putting these items in here, but it's just not working in our favor here. So I really do need to find another space for these items. So let's go back and I'll rewind it back to this space again. And this was the side cupboard here next to the new linen cupboard, the old stockpile pantry, and I've got those containers there, which are quite useless at the moment, and they're mostly empty and just got shopping bags in them and things like that. So I'm definitely going to change that. And this side of the cupboard now is going to be the stockpile pantry. Now this is obviously another one of those things where I'll just be trialing it out and seeing how I go with it. But there's enough space here, and I'm even thinking I might even get my husband to maybe even put another shelf in here. We'll see how we go, but I will be leaving all the toilet paper down the bottom there because it's the best spot for it and everyone knows where it is. So I'm going to start piling all these cans in here now. Mostly it's going to be cans, and hopefully I'll be able to put my other stockpile items in here as well on the other shelves. So I'm just testing out this step shelf here. I have been using this for cans and jars in my other pantry, but I'm just finding it's another one of those organisational items that I've bought that's really not fitting the pantry. But if anyone's got one of these, please comment below if you use it for things other than cans, because I really do want to make use out of it. So let's get into it, and I'll see how much of this I can fit in here from the other pantry.
Feel the air get thinner. I'm standing in a blurry dream. No one else can see us. So let us dance this night away.
I can see it in your eyes. You don't wanna talk anymore. I wanna get so numb while we enemies. No, you don't mind the way I stutter my words. You know exactly what it means and how it hurts. Oh, I can't believe you're here. Can't get any worse. No, I just wanna get out.
So I finally cleaned out this cereal barrel that's been just a mess for so long. We've thrown in empty bags of cereal and half bags of cereal. So what I've done is I've just put them into clip seal bags, like they're not in serving sizes or anything. I've just thrown the ones in the other bags because I find the cereal bags are really cloudy, and the kids look at them and they just don't even want to use them because they sort of can't see into the bag as such. But I'm finding that since I've put them in these clip seal bags, they sort of grab them, pour them into a bowl, clip them up and put them back in. I just don't like wasting food, so I'm just hoping that they use up all this leftover cereal before I can purchase some more.
I find it so hard to breathe, 'cause when you get too close, I lose my way and I freeze. I wish you knew what power you have over me, but now it's so hard to breathe. Just get me out of here.
So I've just found these 3 items. They've been left open, they're old and they're out of date. So unfortunately there's wasted food that I have to throw out, but then I'll have a spare container that I can put elsewhere around the house and make more room in the pantry. So I'm basically just, because this is all cleared out now and that I've put the stockpile pantry next to the linen cupboard in the laundry. I'm going to just arrange this now to put cereals in and to put flour and sugar and rice. Basically all the bulk items that have been already opened will go into this bottom part of our family pantry.
I can't believe you're here. Can't get any worse. No, no. I just wanna get out of here. I find it so hard to breathe. 'Cause when you get too close, I lose my way and I freeze. I wish you knew what power you have over me. But now it's so hard to breathe. Just get me out of here. Just get me out of here. I just wanna get out of here. I find it so hard to breathe. 'Cause when you get too close, I lose my way and I freeze. I wish you knew what power you have over me. But now it's so hard to breathe. Just get me out of here. I can't believe you're here. Can't get any words, no.
Well, I'm pretty happy that I fitted everything from the other pantry into this new stockpile area, and I can see it on display a lot easier. I can add to the cans when I need to, especially when they're on special. And I've got my fruits, my meals, meal cans, pastas. It's exactly what I needed to be able to see and grab when I'm cooking dinner or desserts. Like restockpiling, it's just going to be so much easier. And on the next shelf, I've just got some cake mixes, some biscuits, some extra oats, coffee and tea, UHT milks, which I do need to stock up on. And we've had so much sickness in our house over the past 6 months. It's just been a joke. So I have got some hydrolytes there and some Lucozade and things like that. And coming up to flu season, I probably will add to that as well. I do store my lemonades and ginger ale now in the fridge out in the garage. But yeah, just looking at this now, I can sort of see where I'm at, and I'm sort of set for a while up until they have more sales on tea or biscuits or coffee and things like that. That's the only time that I want to stockpile up on these sort of things, and not buy too many of them. Like the last cupboard I had was really good, but we just had too much in there that we didn't need. And I'm, always making sure that I've got a spare 18 rolls of toilet paper on top of the amount that I've got in the box here, just in case. So, it's getting a little bit low in there now, but, I just like to have enough, probably at least a few weeks worth of toilet paper in there in advance. So I'll just show you in the length view here of the pantry. So it's perfect. It's just what we need. It's fitted everything in, and there is space for it to grow, which is what I also need as well. So this is a new day now. I spent all night last night cleaning out the top part of this family pantry because it was just a mess, and I am getting my most recent grocery haul in. It's already been uploaded if you want to watch that. But I'm going to show you me putting a few items away and adding a few more items to the stockpile pantry. But this just feels so much cleaner. I had to get rid of a lot more of these big jars. They are great jars, but I just didn't need so many in there. As you can see, we've got like 3 biscuit jars. I love these little turntables from Kmart. It just puts we just put our honey on it, our sauces and salt and things like that. I just like, to have it like this and limited, so then everyone knows what's in there and they can grab what they want, and it's easier to cook when you can see what's in your pantry. I find sometimes the less amount of food in there, the better. I know it sounds strange, but that's just how it works for me. I've just got this little pull-out basket, and I just add the noodles in there for when the kids want them. But yeah, it's just structured a lot better, and I'm happy that we've got the pantry outside now again. And I also have my linen cupboard out in the laundry as well, so it's best of both worlds there for me. But I can just easily add to this. But what I'm going to do now is just show you what's in these baskets. So we've just got some of the breads, like the flat breads and taco breads and things like that. Just got some chips and popcorns and lollies in there. Hopefully the kids won't find them, but they will. I've also got my open bags of sugar and things in that little container. And I've just got, you know, obviously what we saw before, flowers and things like that. But yeah, I'm really happy with what I've done here. I obviously need to get a Stanley knife and cut along that bottom shelf a little bit. It's frayed. And yeah, so that's the lengthways view of the cupboard. This is our family pantry that we use all the time. And yeah, so I'm just happy that I can just see what's there now and add to it when I need to.
When you were leaving, I need you even more than I did before. You had the last word when you walked out the door. You drive me crazy, I want you to stay here. Now I'm here alone, I hate this party and I don't know anyone. We get drunk and we fight, but I forgive you although you drive me crazy, I want you to stay here. You'll be the death of me still, you're my medicine. Yeah, I need you, I need you. You light my fire just to put me out again. Still I need you. I'm weak for you. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. I'm weak for you. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Now we're back where it started. You say you're sorry, so we forget about it. Simple as that, but I don't know where my heart is. Still all that I want is you. Yeah, you. You'll be the death of me still, you're my medicine. Yeah, I need you, I need you. You light my fire just to put me out again. Still I need you. I'm weak for you. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. I'm weak for you. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Now I'm trying to let you go, but I'm always losing control. Is that what you want me to do? Now I'm trying to let you go, but I'm always losing control. Is that what you want me to do? You'll be the death of me still, you're my medicine. Yeah, I need you, I need you. You light a fire just to put me out again. Yeah, I need you.
So this will be the next job. This freezer needs defrosting and cleaning out. Everything's at the bottom of it like they do with these chest freezers. That can be frustrating. But thank you everyone for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed the pantry organisation and switch from one pantry to another and the linen clean out. But thank you very much for coming along today, and I'll see you soon for my next videos. Thanks everyone.